If you use ThinkorSwim, this video is going to change your life. Because in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can set stop loss orders with just one click. I'm going to show you the most simple way that you can adjust your stop loss orders so that they align with the patterns you're seeing on the chart. And I'll show you how you can set up stop losses based on studies. For example, here, if this stock crosses below this moving average, the stop order will automatically trigger. And I'll even show you the most complex stop orders available within ThinkorSwim. But I'm getting tired of introing this video. Let's hop right into the action. So let's say I like this setup here on ticker REPL. I am looking at a 5-minute intraday chart. Let's say I like this curl up. I think it has a good chance to break over highs soon. Whatever it is, let's say I like this. I'm going to go ahead and buy 100 shares. Now, just a quick admin note here. You'll notice I am in the simulated side of my ThinkorSwim trading account. I am going to be placing orders, obviously, in this video, and I don't want to do it with my real money. But I promise you, everything I'm showing you in today's video will also work in the real money side of ThinkorSwim. Anyway, I entered 100 shares here at $3.91. Let's say I want to stop out pretty quickly. If this thing comes down and breaks below 385, I want to get stopped out. So I'm like a 6-cent stop loss on this thing, looking for 12 cents up or whatever it is for a 2-to-1 risk reward. The way that I can very easily, the easiest way I can create a stop loss order at 385 is using the active trade window here. Of course, in the middle of the active trader window, by the way, if you don't know how to turn this on, active trader is an option available to you in this right-hand menu on your ThinkorSwim charts. If for some reason you don't see this right-hand menu, maybe you've turned it off in the past, click on this box in the top left, click on this show sidebar in cells. Get your active trader turned on. That is how you will perform these actions. Anyway, if I wanted to put my stop at 385, I would simply find 385 on the price ladder. Then inside of this ask size, so where it shows the amount of shares currently trading at the ask, I can simply left click. You'll even notice on hover here, it's showing sell 100. You can't see the whole thing, but it says sell 100 there. Since obviously I am already in a position, if I put a market sell, which is what this will be, by the way, this will be a market stop loss. Later in this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up limit stops, because if you're trading pre-market, which a lot of you probably are, that seems to be the most popular time to trade nowadays, you will need to use limit stops. Don't worry, we're going to cover that in today's video as well. You're going to get to know everything you need to know about stop loss orders in ThinkorSwim today. Anyway, if I want to set this stop loss here at 385, simply left click in that ask size at 385. You'll notice automatically the stop loss now appears on my chart, and I can see it here in the active trade window as well. By the way, if that doesn't happen for you, if you go to like hit stop and it doesn't automatically populate, you get some kind of weird confirmation box. It's because you don't have auto send turned on. So if you don't see this auto send box, once again, in your active trader window from the settings of it, you may need to turn on the auto send button, turn on that button, check this box so that when you click, without having to go like do an extra confirmation, waste of time, extra click, all that, it will automatically populate the order for you. I'll show you quickly here how you can cancel active orders in ThinkorSwim straight from your charts tab. On the bubble here, there is a little X. Simply click on that X and now your stop loss is gone. Say instead of having a price stop like that, you want to stop if it breaks down below this low level here on the chart. Say your trade idea is if it breaks below this level, I'll get stopped out. If it breaks above this level, I'll lock in profit. Whatever it is, that's your trade idea. Well, instead of having to go like, okay, well, what price is that? 377. Okay, let me scroll down and find 377. If the stock is moving very fast, you might just not have time for that. So what you can do, just really click anywhere in this ask size box that's below your current price. That will get an order up and on your chart. Then this bubble that is on the chart, so this stop bubble here, really any open order that's on your chart like this you can grab it. So I am left clicking on this and I'm holding down the left click button to drag. I can drag this order. So I can drag this order down to this low price level. And now my stop loss order is here at 377 instead of 383 or whatever it was when I initially clicked. I could drag it back up. I can drag it all around, drag it anywhere. I just want to show you that that is another option available to you as well for deciding where you would like to place your simple market stop orders. So in our made up trade idea here, we want to get stopped out below this low level, but we also want to lock in profit above this high level. Theoretically, right, you should be able to come back into your active trader window and you should be able to say, okay, I also want to sell at 397. I want to place a limit sell if the stock breaks above $3.97. I want to be able to set both my stop loss and my profit target at the same time so that really I don't have to sit here and stare at this chart. Theoretically, you should be able to enter a range bound trade like this, set your stop, set your profit, walk away from the computer screen. Honestly, for most beginner traders, that's probably the best way to do it. That is the best way to be able to actually stick to your plan. Don't sit here and stare at it. Just get your orders out, walk away, forget the trade's even happening. So let's go ahead and try that. If I were to left click here at 397, you'll notice I'm going to get an error message. This error appears because I placed this trade as a single template order. When you enter a trade as a single order, you are not allowed to then have two open sell positions on it. So what was actually happening there was when I click this order, ThinkorSwim is attempting to open a short at $3.97 because it's not recognizing that I'm trying to put a stop and a take profit on at the same time. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. It's not allowed to happen, should I say, once again, because of the single template order. Let me just showcase to you quickly. If I remove my stop order and then I go click on 397, yes, it will now work. It now fires, it now goes through because once again, it's only a single order. If I go back and try to place that stop order again, you'll notice we get the same error message. So how do we set up an order outside of the single template so that we can have both the stop and the take profit orders open and active at the same exact time? So I'm going to go ahead and move over to another intraday chart here, just so we have a brand new clean template to work with. This is ticker SAVA, another strong stock. Say maybe I want to enter this trade, and once again, I want to sell if it breaks this high. I want to stop if it breaks this low. That's the risk reward that I like. I want to be able to have both of those orders open at the same time. Well, what we can do from this template drop down, we're going to open this and we are going to go target with bracket. If we go ahead and click this, that's going to give us our options for where we would like our profit and where we would like our stop orders to be. By default, they're set up as 1 point up and 1 point down. That's actually perfectly fine. I'll show you, actually, I've already shown you how you can easily adjust that. So let's go ahead and buy based on this. And we are now in the trade. And actually, this is a very wide berth because this stock is very cheap. But you can see we entered at $3.16. Our stop is at $2.16. Our profit target is at $4.16. So what we can do, of course, drag these orders. So I'm going to drag them so they're a little bit closer to where we want them to be. Let me re-zoom in on my chart here. And now we can drag this stop up to this low. We can drag this profit up to this high. If I can actually grab and drag it, there we go. So that is just probably the most easy way to do that. Just go ahead and put in, once again, a target with bracket order. You can leave it on this like 1 point up, 1 point down. If you'd like to make it a little bit smaller, 25 cents up, 25 cents down. So you don't have to do that weird drag thing that I just had to do. Whatever you need to do, just get the orders out there. And then once again, as I've already showcased, you can very easily then go and drag the order. So now using this type of order, we can now just walk away from the screen. If the stock breaks up and above $3.17, we're going to go ahead and lock in our profit. If it breaks down below $3.05, we're going to go ahead and get stopped out of the position. I now no longer need to sit here and actively manage this trade at all. I've got my 2 orders up. I can move on, look at other trades, or just go completely do something different, go to work, do whatever I have to do for the rest of my trading day. This is also a great way to set up swing trade positions as well. You're going to be in a stock for multiple days, multiple weeks. Set up your orders like this. Forget you own the stock. Let the trade play out instead of trying to actively manage it every single day, which causes overthinking, overtrading, analysis paralysis. Basically, all the emotional, psychological issues that you have as a beginner trader, a lot of them can be avoided by setting up your orders in this way. A lot more to cover about stop losses within ThinkorSwim in today's video. I just want to let you know quickly, if you're interested in how I'm locating these strong intraday setups that I'm using for the examples in today's video, they're all coming off of custom ThinkorSwim scanners that I have built and published alongside over 150 plus other custom ThinkorSwim codes on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. If you use ThinkorSwim to trade actively, this website is going to be very advantageous for your trading career. The website will be linked in the description down below, and we'll talk more about how it works towards the end of this video. I just wanted to let you know about its existence now. Let's go ahead and move into learning more about stop orders in ThinkorSwim. Let's pop on out to the daily chart and come up with a swing trading simulated trade idea. Let's say you like this dip on the SPY daily chart, the S&P 500 ETF. You would like to get stopped out of this trade if it ever closes below its 9-length simple moving average. You like the way it's been riding this level up for the past few weeks. If it closes below this, it will have lost that support level and you want to get out of the trade. Well, if I go ahead and buy 10 shares here, we can set up a stop loss order in ThinkorSwim that will only trigger when that condition is true. What's taking this? Okay, the simulated trading in ThinkorSwim seems to be very slow. We are now in 10 shares. I want to get stopped out of these 10 shares once again, only when the stock closes below the 9-length simple moving average. Well, to set this up, the first thing you're going to need to do is actually uncheck this auto send box. We need the trade confirmation modal in order to get to where we need to get to set up this stop loss order. So now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and hit sell market on 10 shares. And from our order confirmation dialog, we are going to go into edit. And from this little pop-up that appears, we are then going to come into the cog icon on the far right. That will give us our order rules modal that appears. You can see here we are trying to sell 10 shares at the market price. Our time in force is currently set today. What a day time in force order means is that this order will automatically cancel at the end of the current trading day. Of course, if we are using a swing trading idea, we don't want that to be true. If you're using a day trading idea, maybe you do want this to be true, but we need to change this to GTC, which of course stands for good till canceled. So this order will remain open until we go in and manually cancel it. Now we're going to come down and we're going to click in this symbol icon here, and then we'll click into method to go ahead and bring this up. So our symbol, of course, is SPY. That is the symbol that we bought. That is the condition we want to build. If SPY closes below the 200-length simple moving average, we want to get stopped out of this trade. So on method, left click, I'm going to come down to study, and I'm going to go in to edit. From our ThinkScript editor here, we can begin to build out our condition. Actually, simple moving average is already there by default. The simple moving average study function is already there by default. So all we need to say is if the close, meaning the close of the current candle, is less than the simple moving average with the length set equal to 9, which is actually the default length, so I didn't need to do that. I just want to show you how to do that in case you want to use a different length. Say you wanted to use the 200 instead. Whatever length simple moving average you want to use, set that length parameter within the parentheses equal to that. Obviously, we are running this on the daily time frame, as that is the time frame we are trading. Of course, if you're using a rule like this for a day trading time frame, you need to click into this box here and select which time frame you'd like this code to run against. Go ahead and hit OK. And as we now go ahead and hit save and confirm and send, you will see now we have a stop loss order open and active. It'll kind of just like bounce around at whatever the current price of the ticker is, but of course it won't actually fill until the price gets below the 200 length simple moving average. I think if I hop on over into the monitor tab here, I should be able to see that, yeah, the order is open. So here's our working order, and it is set to this wait condition. I believe actually if I click into this cog here, I can actually see and read what that condition is. So the SPY study close less than 200 length, close less than 9 length simple moving average is true. So this order will now remain open. Since we set it to good till canceled, it will remain open every day that SPY remains above the 9 length simple moving average. Of course, it will trigger on the day that SPY crosses below the 9 length simple moving average, and it will trigger as a market order. This is less important. I just want to let you know it's available. If you like set up a handful of open trades, you might kind of get lost. Like, wait a second, what exactly was this order for again? If you right click on your order bubble here, you can go to view think log notes on order. And essentially this will show you your condition. Sell 10 shares of SPY at the market price is a good till canceled order when the SPY study closes less than the 9 length simple moving average on the daily time frame is true. So that's just another way you can like double, triple check kind of what's actually going on with the orders that you currently have open, especially if you get to doing this on a handful of different charts. That's probably a pretty useful feature. But say you want to place stop orders in extended hours trading, meaning either pre-market or after hours. Well, market orders will not fire in extended hours trading. Only limit orders may be used. So if you would like to set up a stop order, it needs to be of the stop limit type. Now there's a handful of ways to go about this in ThinkorSwim. I will show you the most simple. Once again, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to turn off this auto send, because once again for this we're going to need the confirmation dialog. Let's say I like this dip on ticker PSKY. So I want to go ahead and buy around the current price. Once again, I will right click around the current price. This time we are just going to simply go over buy custom, and we are going to go buy with a stop limit. This will of course pop up a confirmation window as we unchecked auto send. So you can put in, and by the way, this is a limit buy order as well, so it also fills that requirement for extended hours trading. You can put in the limit price you would like to buy at, but here, and importantly here, this is where you have both a stop limit order and a standard stop order. What you need to do here, now let me explain it to you this way actually. How a stop limit order works. This stop order is going to be what triggers your shares to begin getting stopped out, and the stop limit order is how low you will allow those fills to happen. Because of course, any limit order can be skipped over. If not enough volume trades at the price that your limit order is at, I'm sure you've all experienced this if you've tried to trade in pre-market or after hours. If not enough volume trades at the price your limit order is set at, it will be skipped over, you won't get filled. Well, with stop orders, that can be very scary. So the way ThinkorSwim has it set up, it has a trigger order and then a sort of how low do you want to let it go order. So I want to get filled, say I'll put my limit at $20.31. That's fine. We're currently trading below that. I should get filled right away. I want to get stopped out of this thing if it breaks below $20.20, and I will allow it to fill all the way down to $20. So it gives you sort of a 20-cent range there that your orders will be filled by. It's a great little feature because it gives you less of an opportunity to be skipped over in your stop loss orders. So anyway, as I now go ahead and hit confirm and send, you will see obviously the buy order goes out. And since we had it at $20.31, it fills at $20.29. Now, sort of annoyingly with ThinkorSwim, it's great that it allows you to have this trigger stop and stop limit. It doesn't actually show the trigger stop on the chart. I don't know why. I wish it would. Any ThinkorSwim devs watching this video? Ah, crap, it got filled. Well, you can see it hit $20.20. Remember, that's actually, okay. I was going to explain something else. Let me shift gears since it got filled. Since that was our trigger stop, we got filled at $20.20. You saw, even though the limit order, even though like what was showing on the chart was all the way down here at 20, remember that was just our downside stop limit. That was what we were willing to fill down to. But since we touched $20.20, it went ahead and filled right there. Let me actually quickly go ahead and set up another order just so I can show you what I'm talking about with what shows. This is great for another example as well. So right click, remember with auto send turned off, right click on the chart, buy custom, buy with stop limit. $20, let's put it to $20.30 just so we know we'll get filled. Once again, let's set our limit stop, or let's set our trigger stop to $20.20. Let's set our stop limit, the lower end of what we're willing to get down to, at $20. Once again, quickly this time, you'll notice you only see the stop limit. If you head on over into your orders here, you will see your working orders. You can see that the base stop is at $20 and the standard stop is at $20.20 and our limit down is at $20. So once again, any ThinkorSwim devs watching this video, it'd be really nice if you also showed that standard stop at $20.20 and allowed us to adjust that. Once again, I don't know why it doesn't. It's slightly annoying, but you can see it from the working orders on your monitor tab. And as you just saw, if it touches that top level, you will begin to get filled and you will get filled down and as far down to as your stop limit bottom here. So you sort of get, once again, a range where you will get stopped out of your shares. This makes it harder for your stop order to be skipped over. Very nice feature in ThinkorSwim. I just wish the visuals worked a little bit better, but hey, as long as it's executing correctly, what more can you ask for, I guess? And there it goes. It fills again. This time, look, perfect. It filled at $20.19. If I go into my filled orders here, actually, you'll see that one filled at $20.19. It went so fast through 2020 that we didn't quite get filled there. But it's okay. Since we had our limit stop down to $20, it still filled. Obviously, $20.19 is still in that range. So even though it skipped our stop trigger, it still filled us. So once again, another example of it working, example of that range we set up working as expected. You probably now know more about stop loss orders in ThinkorSwim than you ever thought you needed to know, but it's all very important. Remember, if you would like to make your ThinkorSwim even more powerful, I argue that you're only using 10% of the power of the platform if you aren't taking advantage of custom coded strategies, scanners, and studies within it. If you would like to access over 150 plus custom ThinkorSwim codes, once again, check out my website, daytradingstrategies.net. There's even a handful of completely free codes on the site. There's no credit card required. I don't want your email because I want to send you some crappy newsletter. Nothing like that. For real, just go click on Explore Free Codes and you'll be taken right to this page. I'll actually leverage one of these codes quickly to showcase to you just how easy it is to get the codes from my website imported locally into your ThinkorSwim application. Every single one of the 150 plus codes on the site comes with one of these unique TOS share links. All you need to do is copy this URL. Back within your ThinkorSwim, you're going to go to Setup in the top right, Open Shared Item. You will then paste that URL, preview, and import. Just like that, in about 3 mouse clicks and in 5 seconds, you can have any and all of the 150 plus codes imported from the website and saved locally. Once you import them, they are your codes. Even if you decide to unsubscribe from the website, whatever, I won't be offended. You will continue to have access to the codes. As long as your ThinkorSwim account exists, these codes will be in them. And you can even click on this little scroll icon here, and you will also have read and edit access to the source code itself. But anyway, you add your studies just like you add any other study, strategies just like you add any other strategy, scanner you load in just like any other scanner after importing. And just like that, you can have my custom codes running and saved locally, once again, within your personal ThinkorSwim application. On my website, as you'll notice, I am always adding and updating new codes to remain on top of ever-changing market conditions. Therefore, I do have my service set up as a subscription-based model. You can either sign up for the monthly plan or the annual plan. Obviously, the annual plan will save you a little bit of money over your next 12 months of access to every new code I will add to this website. But more importantly, it gets you lifetime access to the official daytradingstrategies.net Discord server. This Discord server currently consists of 700, wow, we just broke 751 members. That's a lot of people that have signed up for the annual plan. That is a lot of eyes on the stock market. This is a great place to be around other like-minded traders using the same codes that you are using. So it's a great place to be to learn what codes are working best, have any coding questions, anything like that, as well as just talking about stocks that are moving, especially during pre-market. This group is very, very active in pre-market. So if you're a pre-market trader, you want to know like what stocks are dropping news and what stocks just dropped news and just began moving. This Discord is a great place to be for all that. Once again, you get it lifetime access to it at no additional cost if you sign up for the annual plan on daytradingstrategies.net. I know, long ad read. There's just so much that you get with this website. There's a lot that I want to talk about. But anyway, head on over to daytradingstrategies.net. Once again, linked in the description down below this video. Guys, at least go take advantage of the free codes. Even if you don't want to pay, whatever, that's fine. The codes out there are completely free. At least go import those. I mean, why not? Maybe read the reviews while you're over there. Help decide for yourself if this is something that could help accelerate your personal trading journey. Sign up today and become a better trader immediately.